Hello, my name is Andreas Hannes and I'm a choreographer based in Amsterdam. I'm originally from Greece, and before I started doing dance, I studied music and specialized in classical percussion. In general, in my work, I view the body as a source of vibration and tempo rhythms that, together with the environment and other bodies, they create a beat. And this beat is what moves us through different energies and stories. Today I'm going to give you a comprehensive tutorial on the skipping practice that I have been developing since 2017. Skipping as in skipping down the street. Skipping is a historical motion for the human body, and it relates to a bodily experience that everyone knows. It originates in our childhood, because as kids, we naturally skip as a way of expressing our enthusiasm for life and as a way to cover the distance and also understand how our body can travel through space in a joyful way. You can see it in the streets, in folk, street, club and ballet dances, and it's also there on TV when adults get really excited, like this. Usually it lasts for a short amount of time, but in this practice we extend the duration of how long we skip. This is because we question what it means to move forward, to invest in our engagement and the future that will meet us along the way. I will make this tutorial in 4 chapters. We will investigate how skipping works front and back, with turns, curves and tilts, additions, and then in relation to the environment and other bodies. Last note before we begin. I want to say that the practice of skipping that I'm proposing is aiming to bring vitality to bodies and the space. We're taking a move that we already know and we are opening it up to see how it can create new things and new beginnings. So I want to invite you to allow yourself to open space and time to experience yourself in transition and in change. We love to express and perform, mostly because we can feel alive and discover new things about ourselves, and this is the case here as well. So enjoy skipping, but stay grounded and focused, and try to understand what it means to travel and move through space and with the skipping. Allow that it transforms you. All right, chapter number 1. Front and back. Before any training, I will always start by simply skipping for 10 minutes uninterrupted. I suggest that you do the same for yourself or if you're leading a group. 2 rules. 1. Always follow the beat of the music with your skip. 2. Best is if you skip first in a circle around the room that you are, or even outside, so you don't have to think where exactly you're going. And you can get lost in the skipping and feel like you're almost meditating, preparing your body and your energy, feeling the room and the others. Then gradually you can start being playful if you like it. And people can improvise and interact with each other while skipping. Always think, how can I organize space and how can I communicate with my colleagues and audiences in a clear manner through what I do? So when can we say that we are skipping? Skip is a jump. It's a jump on one foot. So basically what we do is we keep on jumping until we see that there is a double tap between your foot and the floor. So you can skip by having the weight on the front of the foot, or you can also have it on your heel. You can have your knees closed or open. You can articulate them more, according to how you feel. You can jump higher, skip higher, or you can skip lower. In general, you focus on how the body parts are dealing with the movement. There is no wrong movement because we need the flexibility to adjust accordingly when we are crossing a space with speed and meeting other bodies. The only thing I ask you is to keep your body ready for movement. This means that you don't allow the hands or any part of your body to take you out of your axis, out of your balance. Be precise with the movement and don't spend too much energy because we need to have stamina for continuing for a long time. I want to ask you to activate a bit your torso muscles, as if you are pushing space or pushing air through the room as you skip. This makes the skipping more distinct and visible. Going backwards, there are two ways. You keep the hip and the head in the same line. I hold my connection with the ceiling and the hip is towards the ceiling. Or I can allow the hip to swing. Chapter 2. Turn, curve and tilt. First thing to try is to see what it means to do a 90-degree sharp turn, as if you are through a video game playing Tetris with the room. I usually do this by sliding my foot, and I try to practice to do it with my right foot or my left foot. Feel as if you are a door that is slamming. So hit the corner and allow yourself to be surprised with what you will see and encounter once you turn. For the curves, it's quite easy to understand that we just, actually instead of doing a 90-degree corner, we just curve it. But as we curve it, there is the possibility to tilt. For the tilt, we need to use the axis of the body and align with the ceiling. Feel how you can tilt as much as you can. Use your hands to balance your tilt. You do not only do the upper body, keep your hip and your head connected to the ceiling and allow yourself to fall. In order to organize space, make 8s in space and practice tilting to the right and then to the left. You can also try doing that backwards, which reminds us a lot of ice skating. So imagine for a moment that you are an ice skater and open your arms and shift from right to left and back and forth. Once you learn how to tilt from the right to the left, you can try doing it backwards and then shift between going front and back. So I start tilting right and left, and as I go, I can always shift to backwards and front again. Chapter 3. Additions. We can do twirls or pirouettes or any kind of other jump while we are skipping. Try first with walking and then practice how to do it while skipping and how to land back in the skipping. The best way to train it is I start by doing it in walking and I turn around myself. I'm on the ground, and slowly I bring the skipping and I turn and I turn. And then I start try to make them bigger. I use the hands to come in and out to help me balance. Whatever technique you have here, whether that is ballet or not, you can do all kinds of different things as long as you land back into the skipping. Other additions are the shuffle, where we actually shift foot from right to left. There's the running man that we usually know from other dances. There are accents, so that means to actually give weight to one foot or the other in order to differentiate in rhythm. And there's also different tempos. We can skip faster, double time, or slower. One of the very important additionals is the stationary skipping. So I skip on the spot. Try to see and do it as if you are moving really slow, like nobody would notice you. And see how can you turn around your axis. Very slowly. Or see what it means to actually go faster and faster and faster till you actually spin and skip at the same time. Another addition is to basically allow the chest and the body to open and to move as you want it to move. But don't forget to share the joy with the room and don't get carried away by only what you like to do. This is a group practice, which brings us to the last chapter. Chapter 4, Relation to Environment and Other Bodies. I want you to imagine that you are a spaceship, so you move through space and time like a spaceship. Allow the body to move without you having to think about it. So you're not busy with what the feet are doing, you're simply allowing them to take you to places. Also, allow your gaze to not be busy with yourself or only one particular body in space. Open up your awareness towards everything and everyone in the room. Feel how you are a network that is constantly shifting together. In a way, I want you to imagine that you are a shadow of everyone else, and everyone is a shadow of you. That you are one big, impressive creature that is transforming and changing the space around it. My feet take me to places. My eyes are taken by the way my head goes instead of leading with the eyes. So you allow the eyes to rest. Skipping is all about enjoying space and time and getting lost in the journey. But also, how do we do that all together? So we don't leave anyone behind. The skipping practice is all about listening to one another and how we cross each other with respect. And how can we create something together bigger than our own joy? How can we make the room joyful, the people around us? How can we play by listening and creating something new in the encounter with each other? I'm sure this is already a lot of information, but so is to skip around. Let it grow in you and practice wherever you can. I practice in the streets, while I cook, in the smallest of places. It is important also to check when you see it happening around. See how magical it is and how it can become an everyday dance that is constantly happening between bodies and space. I want to thank you for your time and attention, and I hope you enjoy skipping.